What if you could hold the world quite literally in your hand? Imagine the possibilities, the access, the sheer power. Connect with anyone, anywhere on the planet instantly as if they were right beside you. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, a concept reserved for the realms of imagination. But for many of us, it's simply just life, the everyday reality we take for granted. We rarely stop to wonder how this incredible reality became so commonplace, so quickly integrated into the fabric of our lives. It wasn't magic, nor was it an accident. It was the direct result of bold, innovative ideas and the daring risk-takers who brought them to life, all unfolding in a seemingly quiet, unassuming California valley. This is the story of Silicon Valley, a place synonymous with technological revolution. More than just a geographical location, it's a mindset, a culture of relentless innovation, pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo, fueled by a deep-seated belief that any problem, no matter how complex, can be solved with ingenuity and determination. The technologies born here have fundamentally reshaped how we work and collaborate, learn and acquire knowledge, shop and consume, and even how we find and experience love. Its pervasive influence sets trends that ripple across the globe, impacting societies and economies worldwide. To truly understand our rapidly evolving world, you have to understand this unique place, a story of unwavering ambition, unprecedented collaboration, and the transformative power of a single good idea. But how exactly did this sleepy, predominantly agricultural region transform into the high-tech capital of the world? The answer lies in the convergence of brilliant minds, strategic military investment, and a fiercely independent, rebellious spirit that dared to challenge the norm. So, let's journey back to the very beginning and uncover the origins of this extraordinary place. Before the digital revolution, before the tech boom, this land was known as the Valley of Heart's Delight. It was a place of natural beauty and agricultural abundance. Miles and miles of orchards stretched across the landscape. A quiet, peaceful farming community thrived here. It was a simpler time, a slower pace of life, but the seeds of change were being sown. The transformation, the shift from agriculture to technology, truly began at Stanford University. Professor Frederick Terman, a visionary in his own right, played a pivotal role. He actively encouraged his students to stay in the area after graduation and build companies locally, fostering a spirit of innovation. Terman went a step further, even helping to create the Stanford Industrial Park, providing a physical space for these new ventures to take root and grow. This unique partnership between academia and industry, a symbiotic relationship, soon became the hallmark of the Valley. It was a breeding ground for innovation. Among Terman's most notable students were Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard, two bright young engineers. They famously started Hewlett-Packard, or HP, in a humble Palo Alto garage with just over $500 in capital. Their first product was quite remarkable. It was an audio oscillator, and its first major client was none other than Walt Disney for the groundbreaking film Fantasia. That very garage, where HP's journey began, is now officially recognized as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. The escalating Cold War also played a significant role, bringing substantial defense contracts and crucial federal funding to the region. This influx of capital fueled intensive research and development in the burgeoning fields of electronics and semiconductors. Stanford's exceptional talent pool, readily available government money, and a pervasive entrepreneurial spirit combined to create a perfect storm of innovation and growth. The landscape began to transform dramatically. The once ubiquitous orchards gradually gave way to modern labs and sprawling factories. The age of silicon, the foundation of modern electronics, was dawning, promising a new era. The world, as they knew it, was poised for a profound and irreversible change. The next leap came with William Shockley, co-inventor of the transistor, who started Shockley Semiconductor in Mountain View. His toxic management drove 8 top employees to leave. They became the traitorous 8. They founded Fairchild Semiconductor, where Robert Noyce co-invented the integrated circuit, the microchip. Microchips made computers smaller, faster, and cheaper, powering the digital age. Fairchild's real legacy was its people. The Fairchildren spun out to create companies like Intel and AMD. This culture of spin-offs and risk-taking became Silicon Valley's DNA. Innovation thrived, and the next big thing was always just a garage away. The revolution was accelerating. Fairchild's legacy, with its innovative spirit and groundbreaking technology, truly set the stage. It paved the way for what was to come, the personal computer revolution. Microchips got cheaper, smaller, and exponentially more powerful, just as Gordon Moore predicted with his now famous Moore's Law. His insights became a self-fulfilling prophecy, driving the industry forward. In 1976, the dynamic duo of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak launched Apple Computer from the humble beginnings of a garage, with a vision of making computers personal, user-friendly, and accessible to everyone. Apple's innovative design and forward-thinking vision fundamentally changed how people perceived and interacted with technology. As the internet rapidly emerged and expanded, Silicon Valley was perfectly positioned and ready to capitalize. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, while students at Stanford University, created Google, completely revolutionizing the way we find and access information online. Google's core mission: to organize the world's ever-growing sea of information and make it universally accessible and useful. The early 2000s heralded the arrival of social media, spearheaded by Mark Zuckerberg's creation, Facebook. Born in the confines of a Harvard dorm room, Facebook experienced explosive growth after its move to Palo Alto, California. Apple, Google, and Facebook rapidly became global titans of the tech industry, fundamentally reshaping global economies, social interactions, and cultures worldwide. Silicon Valley had firmly established itself as the undisputed epicenter of the digital universe. The world was more interconnected and digitally engaged than ever before in human history. Silicon Valley's story is about collaboration, risk, and learning from failure. Its culture of sharing ideas and daring to try created a chain reaction of invention. Technologies from this valley have flattened the world and democratized information. But progress brings challenges: privacy, misinformation, and social impact. The spirit of Silicon Valley is now global. The next big idea could come from anywhere: a classroom in Nairobi, a startup in Bangalore, a lab in Berlin. The tools are in billions of hands. The future is unwritten. What will the next generation build? Stay curious. Think about technology's role in your life. The next world-changing idea might be yours. What will you build?